From the News Talk STL studios in St. Louis, it's The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. Tonight, comedian Sarah Perry, political trivia savant Rich Rubino, and the Right Mind studio band Mitch Murphy and the Murphy Tones. Now, putting the fun in your dysfunctional world, here's your host, Todd Showalter.
Boy, today is one of my favorite days of the year. It's Saturday, November 1st. Why am I excited? I'll tell you why I'm excited. Because yesterday was Halloween. Today is November 1st. And that means starting today, it already has 24 hours of nonstop Christmas music. Perpetually for the next 2 months.
And the people who hate Christmas music, they are mad at the rotation of the same songs over and over.
Right.
So that's always a challenge to these artists. You got to create a new hit.
Right.
And of course, we want to write one about maybe Trump being the new king or something like King,
that.
Here he comes, King, here he comes.
Dun, 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 dun. Right. And then we could have Mariah Carey. Do a little of that of hers, and we could put Trump into that one.
Mm-hmm. She's the queen of R&B, I think.
All I want for Christmas is Trump. That kind of thing.
And she does the thing where her voice goes so high that it can break a wine glass, and we'd be worried about it rupturing the crystals on our crown.
Oh, yes.
Our little sapphires would split. She can't be too close to the crown when she starts hitting them notes.
As long as we don't have to listen to that, that Paul McCartney thing, I can't stand that one. I bring that up every year. It's time, Christmas time. That thing, I hate that.
I love radio. I've always loved radio, and discovering new music was a big part of that.
Yes, I
remember.
remember
And then people
that.
like the George Soroses, they come in, they buy up the Odyssey radio, and they just make you listen to Christmas music on November 1st.
Non-stop.
And they fire everyone. Everyone at iHeart gets fired, and Odyssey gets... No one in radio is going to have a good Christmas except for us here at News Talk STL, because we are independent thinkers.
Again, between that, now going back to the holiday party I'm not invited to, I'm not going to talk about that. It's Comedy Fun Day. What in the heck have you got to make me happy about?
I'm still in that Halloween hangover mode.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've been doing a lot of Halloween stuff in general.
I know.
Watching all those murder shows with our women so they can figure out a way to get rid of the body. They
Don't
say
bring that up.
Divorce rates are way down over the past 20, 30 years. You know, the common saying was 50% of all marriages end in divorce.
Right.
It's down to about 35% now.
Right.
Do you have any guesses on why divorce rates may be down?
I don't know. But that's funny, the 50% thing, because when my lovely wife, who I cannot bring up because she says, you brought me up too many times, but when we got married, right as the guy is doing the vows, her dad, my father-in-law, walks up in front of us, flips a coin and goes, well, heads or tails, they make it. And then he went and sat down. Okay, I thought that was just a little bit brash for while we're doing our vows. But no, go on.
Well, obviously it's because women are watching these murder shows and they're getting away with the murders, so they don't need to do the divorce.
You are exactly right. That brings it. We are always watching these murder shows. And you know what she said the other...
She said, I'm keeping all of it. No need for that prenup to come into this.
Prenup, yeah. I mean, there's this new one now, like Mother May I Kill People or something. Or do you know what I'm talking about?
Mother May I Murder?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's got a really stupid name, but she wanted to watch this. And so, I mean, it was about these women who are just nice women that are mothers, and they happen to be wives. It usually works that way, but then they kill people. And I'm thinking, okay, so I'm watching these mother-wife people, they're based on true stories. Not based, they are true stories. Murder people, and this is what we're watching, and I'm getting a little uncomfortable about it now that you mention it. Are you saying she may be trying to drop hints?
Well, of course, when she's licking that pen or whatever to get it ready, and then she writes down a note and goes, that's a telltale sign.
Well, the one that we saw, I mean, the person was bludgeoned with a hammer and a baseball bat.
I guess if they make a documentary about your murder, you didn't quite get away with it. But hopefully at the end of the show, they tell you, and here's why she didn't get away with it.
Oh, the point of the story.
So then, you finally get the moral of the story, how to get away with murder.
Well, even
like an Aesop's fable.
Aesop's fable. Remember, did you ever see Bullwinkle? Those were those are my favorite cartoons. They used to always have Aesop's fable. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, with the murder show where they put the people on the train and Boris and Natasha, and they'd get away with the murders.
That's exactly right, and they were Russian spies. But you know what? We watched that Colin Farrell thing last night. There's a new Colin. I like Colin Farrell. He was going to a thing.
I'm sure this ties into Halloween and murder. Go on.
Oh no, it doesn't at all. But it kind of does because there is murder involved. But we're watching this show where he's like it wasn't a Vegas guy. He's a gambling guy. It's a casino. It's really done. And in the middle of this, my wife, who I can't bring up, looks bored, and I said, "You're not enjoying this? Would you rather watch one of your murder shows?" And she says, "Well, only if you do." And I'm like, "So what?" She'd rather just get back to the murders, back to the Halloween, though. Go back to, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. Get back on the point of the story is what you're writing down in front of me.
Well, there's also thoughts about the divorce rate going down.
Oh, yes.
Because kids just aren't getting married anymore. That's a good way to not get divorced.
That'll do it.
Or there's more therapy. You go to counseling. Or you just outlive the person.
You do.
You just have separate beds and your separate clickers and your TVs, and you're like, wait for that person to die first. Finally, some peace and quiet. And then I get to go bang around at Mar-a-Lago or whatever. Boca Raton.
Boca Raton. Well, Boca Raton, by the way, is going to become the new New York City. New York City. Did you hear about that? Boca's already a booming town. But then DeSantis says, well, as soon as this nut job Soros-backed commie becomes the mayor of New York City, Boca's going to be the new hub.
It sounds like you were scared of where the M's and the N's go in his name, and you were afraid to say.
Yeah.
So commie who? What's his name?
Commie is like the amazing Zoltron or
something. Mom Donnie?
Mom Dami?
One too many M's.
Mia, Mamma Mia. Is it so he's like Mom Dami Zora. It's like the amazing. He sounds like a magician. Is it what is his name?
Yeah, the guy from Big who was inside that glass cabinet. Yeah,
that's
the
who it is.
Zoran.
You should stay away from ladders today.
Another horror movie that we watched, it was a true crime, took place in Florida. It was all about Stand Your Ground.
Yeah, right.
And it was Perfect Neighbor. Did you see this lady, this Perfect Neighbor documentary?
I did see that.
All filmed with police cam footage and dash cam footage of this insane woman who was Googling Stand Your Ground laws. Just started blasting people because she thought she could get away with it. And that's going to be Florida when all the Mom Donnie people flee.
But you watched this, though. This what's it called?
Perfect Neighbor.
It was on Netflix. And Laura didn't want to, my wife, I just dropped her name. She says, that's what she says. Don't bring me up, and whatever you do, don't drop my name, Laura. And so anyway, as she says, do you really want to watch this one? And I go, I think there's a murder in it. And she said, okay, let's watch. Does a woman kill somebody? I go, I think so. And so that's why we got to watch it. But this woman, can I say it, is a total bitch. I mean, she's just really a nasty person.
Very large woman, so she's not good at running away from her problems, so she just kind of sits behind doors and shoots at problems that she thinks are there. Just imagine living in an apartment complex with a big open field where kids like to play.
Sure.
And oh boy, the sound of kids' laughter makes you want to kill.
And then she shoots the poor kid's mother.
I'm going to call the cops every time I hear a child laugh. It's kind of like It's a Wonderful Life, but not really.
Different, just with murder and children in distress.
An angel's going to get its wings every time a gun starts blasting.
And then the mom comes over because she's so mean to the kids.
Sorry, I threw a roller skate at your kid's head. How can I help you? Blast!
Boom! Kills mom. And the poor kid was so traumatized. I mean, I guess you would be. And how does it? She's in jail now, like for forever, isn't she?
Can you imagine how murdered we would be if we look back at all the times we were annoying kids? I remember one time playing street hockey.
Sure.
We were playing rollerball hockey.
I love that.
And I was doing a slap shot in the street at the net. I missed the dang net. Isn't that a shame?
That happens.
And it went sailing past the net into someone's car that was driving by.
Oh, yes.
And they slammed on the brakes, backed that big bus up, got out, looked at the damage, and I just stood there waiting to get murdered. Well, and there wasn't really any damage, and they drove off. But my life flashed before my 11-year-old eyes right then and there.
But that was an accident.
But...
No,
can you imagine?
No, but can you imagine? You got to kick this up a notch because I'll give you. This is a true story. Did you guys ever do? I mean, you're talking about hockey pucks and balls and stuff like that accidentally. Have you ever done something on purpose, like a water balloon? I mean, I told you about the pee balloons, but I'm not going to go down that road. We used to. Did you
Frozen pee balloons don't really break on contact, except the window when I throw it through.
And making a pee balloon is really messy too because you get it all anyway. But I mean, but did you ever throw water balloons at cars?
I don't think so. I would run in front of cars like they were going to murder me and then run out of the street at the last second. Like I would literally run in front of the car as it was coming just to freak them out.
We used to, there used to be a bus stop. I lived like on this, it's still there, Bope or Bop or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Okay, and there's a church up there. It's called like St. Clement's. It's like a Catholic place or something where all the Catholics go to church. And what the bus stop was right on the side of Bope or Bop Road, okay? And we're all waiting out there. And what I used to like to do was cars would come up, could be driving by, and then I would just reach out and I kick them and fall, like the back of the and fall down. I must one day, true story. I'm not making this up because once again, 94.2 of everything you hear on the Right Mind Show is true. This slow Buick, it's always a Buick, is driving down the road. I reach out, I kick the back of the car, fall down. Oh. Two nuns get out of the car, and I'm thinking, and I'm like, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm going to hell now. And I'm like, no. I was just reaching around, and I kicked your car. I mean, what do you do in a situation like that? You can't say, oh, I think you killed me. Can I stay home from school? No, there are two nuns. What are the odds of that? Well, I guess pretty high since there was a Catholic church up the street. But I felt terrible, and everybody's like, "Oh, look at you! You're going to hell now, man." So I'd be berated by my friends. The nuns were making me feel terrible, and I think that's the reason to this day my life has just turned out the way that it has.
I would pretend to be a stuntman. I was a decent stuntman when I was 11 or 12, and I would ride my bike along this low-speed highway. They would call it Lindbergh, but it's Highway 67.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of cars going by, and I would take a corner after I got my candy from the gas station, and I would just crash into the grass on purpose just to see if I could do it without hurting myself.
Right.
And see if I could trick these people into swerving off the road because they just saw a little kid crash.
Right.
No one ever stopped to help me.
That's because you didn't actually have contact with them. Well, as a result, the two times, because you know what a runner I am, I've actually been hit by cars while I've been running. Okay, and not once, I tell you, did any of these people stop. I guess they just thought there was going to be a lawsuit or something, and they speed off. And these poor nuns who I had faked the whole thing, they stopped, okay? And I think it's all coming back now. I think as a result, that is the reason these people that actually did hit me never stopped.
I would love to break a nun's vow of celibacy by pretending like I needed CPR. Just getting hit by their car and then like pointing at my lips, please. I can't breathe. I know it sounds like I'm breathing because I can talk, but I just need mouth to mouth, and then get kissed by a nun.
It's okay, Joey, to get kissed by a nun as long as you don't get into the habit.
Yeah!
That's how you do it. Is that what we should have used that for Halloween? Did you get a lot of trick-or-treaters? Because I think everybody's afraid of my house.
Well, I watched this one horror film that just came out this weekend. It's called If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You.
Oh, yeah, like Little Johnny.
It's one of these highfalutin horror films. It's got Rose Byrne. You know, that cutie little Rose Byrne.
Rose Byrne.
She was in Neighbors and Bridesmaids, and she's on that Apple TV show called Platonic. Well, she's got a funny accent usually. Well, she plays this woman whose daughter is a picky eater. Oh, the horror. I
hate that.
But what makes it a horror film is that you never see the daughter. You only hear her. And she's got a tube going into her stomach, and these doctors are yelling at the mom saying, you got to get her up to weight or we're going to call the Child Protective Services on you. And it just was terrifying because I do have
this is a comedy.
A nephew that is a picky eater.
Oh, I hate that.
You know when you get together with family on Sunday nights for a big meal and you think, oh, let's all have fun and have conversation and share our week. But the entire meal is just yelling and bargaining with this one kid who wants to be the center of attention. This week I don't actually like chicken. I just forgot to tell everyone. Sorry about that.
Yep.
And also I need Chick-fil-A sauce on everything. And I know how strawberries are nature's nectar and already sweet enough, but I really need more sugar to dip this strawberry in. But imagine all that calm talking I did was screaming with the parents just like, please, we will give you ice cream if you just eat 3 more chicken nuggies.
A little terrorist, really. And this is somebody you're related to?
Every Sunday, little nephew wants to pull this junk in front of everyone while we're trying to have decent conversations about our week and the movies we've seen and the TV shows we've enjoyed.
Well, you know you're allowed to slap them.
He's a manipulator.
What's his name?
His name is Max.
Max the manipulator. And he's part of your family. Okay, here's what we're going to do to Max, okay? We're going going to invite Max over to one of our, because you come over for dinner and I serve moldy bread and big muscatoli that's for a funeral. So I think what we're going to do, will you promise me this? Okay, let's have Max over to my next get-together. We will have moldy bread, muscatoli for a funeral. What else could we have? Maybe dirt on a stick. What else would really get this kid upset?
Some chicken with some extra pink in the middle.
Oh, see, my mom would always say, if you don't like it, then just starve. Okay, that's what we used to do. You couldn't be picky. I mean, it's terrible. Max sounds like one of the people that's always. I made chili the other night. Okay, and it was like a party for my mom's birthday because she likes chili. And whenever I make chili and you get people together, well, I don't like onions. Oh, well, I don't like peppers. Oh, I can't have this. I can't. I'm like, you know what I did? I said, fine, to make everybody happy, here is some tomato sauce that I put some water in. Enjoy, everybody. And I gave everybody a straw. And they looked at it in horror. And I thought, well, this way everybody can be happy. And they said, no, we don't like tomato sauce either. So what? Everybody got a glass of water, and I called it a night.
Yeah, with me, for a long time, I would tell people I don't like mustard. And it's just something I think I made up one day. And maybe it was one specific type of mustard. Maybe I didn't know about Dijon or honey or Grey Poupon, that there were lots of other mustards out there. And then one day I had mustard on a sandwich, and I said, this stuff is delicious.
Exactly.
I tried it on a pretzel, and it changed my whole life. And I said, what the heck? Do I like onions now?
Eureka.
I had cooked onions. They were delicious.
I know.
Oh, my goodness. And that's what I think we should have done for Halloween this year, is just start sneaking foods into these child's candy just to get them used to trying new things. So, of course, you give a Three Musketeers.
Sure.
But just put a little mustard on it first and then seal the package back up and find out later, you know what, I do like mustard.
I tell you what, I like the way you're thinking, but I'm going to tell you what happened yesterday because, and again, I think it's the reason why we don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters.
I know you give out cat food a lot.
Not the cat food, but, my wife, I brought her up again. She's kind of a clean freak, though. She loves to clean. And so I promised her, and it just, Halloween fell on a Friday, and she's like that, the trash day, and everything's on the way, and she loves to clean things. And I said, I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to clean out the refrigerator. Oh, boy, I'm really happy. And it just happens to be trick-or-treat Halloween. So I got all the leftovers that have been in there, including that moldy bread that I had you over for a couple of weeks ago. Everything that's been sitting in the refrigerator that's just been there for a month or two, I said, we're going to clean this out. That is what the trick-or-treaters got. So here's a big scoop of, beef stew from August. Here you get maybe, I think that was an omelet. It may have just been melted cheese. You get that, little Johnny. And so I just took all the crappy leftovers that we had, scooped them out, put them in their little buckets, and we had a crystal clear, clean refrigerator, and everybody went home really depressed.
Often you'll see the bowls outside of unattended houses that says, please take one.
Oh,
But
right.
with this situation, it's like you are sitting out front and you've got two piles. You got the candy pile and you got the fridge pile, and you tell these kids, you have to take two.
Right.
If you want one of the candies, you also have to take one of these pieces of bread with the mold on it.
And they still
how you don't eat your crusts on your pizza? You little freaking kid who's so annoying. You have to take these crusts that I saved from Joey when he came over.
Well, I wish you had shown up to have done that because then none of that worked. And here's the other thing: they show up and they go, they say, "Oh, you're like you're an old guy with a mullet. What is that supposed to be?" And I go, "That's just me. It's not. What are you talking about? It's not a costume."
Billy Ray Cyrus. You've heard of Miley, right?
Why do you have this goofy? Is that hair really yours? Is that really that real?
But I do want to say, if I had legs, I'd kick you. They intentionally made this movie attacking your senses. The music is just grating and the characters are annoying. So I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah.
But it was still fascinating. It was one I was thinking about. Conan O'Brien's in it, and he's playing a therapist.
Oh, wow.
And so I hope that he makes fun of this movie when he's hosting the Oscars. That's always a good bet for your film.
Yeah.
To get more notoriety, just hire whoever's going to be the next Oscar host to have a cameo in it.
What a brilliant idea.
Just spend a ton of money to get Jimmy Kimmel or whoever's going to...
And it's called what again?
If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. It's about a mom who's got the most annoying daughter ever who won't even eat any pizza unless it's cheese pizza that she picked up off the ground.
Wow. It reminds me of my Halloween joke.
I know.
Knock, knock, can little Johnny come out and play baseball? Oh, Johnny doesn't have any arms and legs. I know, we like to use him as second base. Ha ha. It's kind of like that, right? It's a joke.
Excellent joke.
Speaking of jokes, we got all kinds of jokes coming up. Sarah Perry is going to be joining us. She's going to be at the Funny Bone tonight and tomorrow. And then we got the comedy stylings of Rich Rubino, who's also going to talk some political trivia as well. It's going to be a great show. When we come back, Mitch is in the background getting his Christmas music all ready. In the meantime, I am Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy in the whole world, Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, comedian Sarah Perry talks about her appearances at the St. Louis Funny Bone tonight and tomorrow. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who doesn't want to see any blades near his Halloween candy, unless it's black kids trick-or-treating while dressed up as Wesley Snipes. Todd Showalter.
And we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. And on the line now is Sarah Perry. She's going to be at the Funny Bone. Actually, she's going to be there tonight. She's going to be there tomorrow, and she's on the phone with us right now. How are you, Sarah? What's going on?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I mean, the show's on Saturday night now, so you've already been in town a couple of days, but you got two more. Actually, there's more shows coming up. What brings you to St. Louis? Is it part of a tour, or are you just like bullets in the arch?
It's kind of a tour, kind of an end of the year tour, and I'm from St. Louis. I grew up in Chesterfield.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I went to Lafayette High School, so I'm coming back.
Okay.
And, coming back home for like a headlining Funny Bone for the first time.
What's hot on your mind on the comedy scene?
Oh, man. Well, I'm bringing a good friend of mine featuring. His name is Dan Garcia. He's hilarious. He's really, really funny. So he's going to be opening it up. And then you can expect a lot of maybe TMI, maybe some too much information about me that I'm going to share to everyone. I got married a month ago.
I want to hear all of it. Go ahead.
Yeah. I got married last month, so I have a bunch of new stuff about being married and stuff.
Okay.
Because I'm such an expert now. I'm 1 month in, and I know a lot about it.
Sure. But
I talk a lot about that. I talk a lot about my family. Lots of very personal stories, very personal stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's the best part about this? What is it? 30 days? What day were you actually married?
September 5th.
September 5th. Okay, so what would you say, what's been the highlight of that month? It's actually a little bit over a month, so you're a veteran now. What's been the highlight?
The highlight has been the wedding being over.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was very stressful planning it. We planned for about 2.5 years.
Wow.
For this wedding. Yeah, it was a long time coming, and now that it's done, it's like a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. It was so stressful. And he didn't do anything.
Well, of course not. No.
No. Grooms come into their wedding and they look around like, holy cow, who did all this?
Well, you're from, did you get married in St. Louis? I mean.
No, my parents wanted me to, but I feel like Chicago is my home now. I've spent my whole adult life in Chicago. So they wanted to have it in St. Louis, but I convinced them. And this is their 4th wedding. They have 4 daughters.
Oh, wow. So your dad's broke.
Yeah. My dad is broke, dude. He's setting up a GoFundMe. Please donate to my dad's GoFundMe. I'm just kidding.
What made you want to get into the whole comedy game?
I think when I was in middle school, I think I was good at making my friends laugh. And then in high school, I was really into sports.
Yeah.
And I played varsity lacrosse. I was a very good lacrosse. Somehow didn't end up being gay, but I was a very good varsity lacrosse player.
Okay.
And at the end of the year, every year, my first year when I was a freshman, I asked my coach, at the banquet at the end of the year banquet, can I roast all the seniors going off to college the next year? And she said, sure.
Wow.
And so I started a roast every year where I would roast the graduating lacrosse players off to college. That's kind of the first time. I didn't even know I was doing it really, comedy at all, but that was my first experience with it.
You got the last. Sure. Well, it's good because this show, I mean, the Right Mind show here on News Talk, we are huge with gay lacrosse players. I mean, it's. I think that's Joey. Is that our biggest demo? Would you say?
The midgets and
the midgets too. So if you got a midget gay lacrosse player, I tell you what, you've got all the bases covered. Wow. So
my God, that's the trifecta. Yeah.
The trifecta of fun is what I call it. But well, I don't want to get sexual again. I mean, do you want to have a TV show? Do you want to have sell out arenas? I mean, what's the big Sarah goal?
Ooh, I would love to have a TV show. I do have my first special coming out in December. So that's going to be the first full-length special. It's coming out through a company called Comedy Dynamics, and that'll be available on a bunch of different platforms. But that's coming up in about 2 months. But yeah, the dream would be, heck yeah, sell out arenas. And I love acting. I really miss it. I've done little stuff with my friends, sketches and stuff here and there, but I would love to be on a TV show. That would be amazing.
Tell us about your show. I mean, what are some of the stuff? What are some of the stuff that would surprise us? I mean, are you more political? Are you more relationships? Or is there anything? What do you do anything super shocking? I mean, what can people that are saying, "Gee, I think I want to go see her"? What can they expect? What kind of jokes?
No, nothing political. Very personal to me. Kind of stuff. Kind of my life as a female comedian and how the difficulties that go along with that, content online, mean people, commenters, critics, stuff like that, things that I've encountered and kind of joked my way through, different medical issues.
Mental health issues.
Yeah, medical issues, mental health issues. I'm going to be talking about all kinds of stuff.
Oh, really? What kind of medical issues have you had?
I don't know if I should say it.
Go ahead. I mean,
I think you got to come to a show to figure that out. It's a little too TMI. I'm fine now, but it's okay. A funny growth story.
And nobody was injured in the process. Okay, I got you.
No.
And mental health issues? Do you want to delve into that? Or I mean, because I have a lot of mental health. Even people that tell them, even when I say I don't, they say, "Oh, yes, you do." I mean, what? I mean, do you want to talk about any mental health issues? Maybe we could help each other out.
We could swap. What do you got? I have anxiety, depression, and OCD. What do you have?
I have those only better.
You have what?
I have those only better. No, I don't. OCD. Okay, so you have OCD. Now, this is something I don't have, but I don't think I have. Maybe I do. So when you say you have OCD, I know some people that have OCD. What does that involve?
See, there are people that say that they do, and they just mean they like organization. If you really have it, you're a counter or a tapper. You have to do certain rituals, or else your brain is like something bad is going to happen, basically.
Yeah.
And so I've been dealing with this since I was 9 years old. When I was 9 years old, I would have to touch and tap everything in my room like 50 times before I went to bed.
Right.
Or else something bad was going to happen. And when I was 9, my brain was like thinking of the worst thing possible, which at 9 years old, it was that I was never going to grow boobs, number one.
Right. I had that.
And number two, that my parents were going to die in a fiery car crash.
Oh, that's funny.
My two big ones, my boobs and my parents were my big worries.
Which one was worse?
My boobs, for sure.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
But now I'm proud of myself because I used to tap and touch 50 times, and now through years of medication and therapy to get to bed, it only takes me 10 or 12 PBRs. So that's pretty cool.
Well, you tap and touch people, you go to the grocery store and it's hey, this woman's tapping my. Hey, don't touch there unless you're gonna. I'll give you 10 more minutes. What would you tap and touch?
Everything doorknobs, windowsills, car doors, stuff like that. You got to touch it and tap it till it feels right, and it's just you can't explain it unless you have it. But that's if you really have OCD, you do that kind of stuff. You're not just I need my DVDs in alphabetical order. No, shut up and get Netflix.
See,
no, okay?
You don't have the restaurant rearrangement part though, do you?
A little bit.
Oh, should you go? Because I'll go into a restaurant and I won't like where somebody's sitting at a table, and I'll say, you got to go sit over there at that table. And they'll be in the middle of their dinner, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't eat here unless you go sit at that table with those people. And then I'm asked to leave. You don't have that?
No, I don't have that. I don't know what that is.
It's gotten me jail time. I'll tell you that. But I mean, it's not that bad. But you got a lot of, and it sounds like, I think, when it comes to comedy, I mean, I think even if it's painful, I mean, that's the best comedy, because regardless of what it is, there's somebody out there that relates to it. And so it's whether it's observational or whatnot, a situation or something very, very personal. Getting it out there, people say, I know exactly what she's talking about. So is that do you find that?
For sure. Absolutely. 100%. There's a certain medical issue that I'm not talking about.
No,
I'm telling you.
Right.
Tons of women come up to me after the show, and they're like, I didn't want to say so I didn't want to interrupt the show, but I have that too.
I think I know what it is. I think I know.
What is it? I don't know. Do you?
Hey, I think it's great that you're in town. I wish you would stay in town a little bit longer. I'd like to meet you in person next time. But any last words or thoughts, or Todd, I never want to be on your show again, anything like that? I'm open to any of it.
I love you, Todd. Thank you for having me on. Everybody, please come to a show. It's going to be so fun, I promise. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
Well, that sounds like a wonderful time. And in the meantime, your dad's here. He said, hey, I'm done washing your car. Can I have $20? You really did milk him dry on this wedding, didn't you?
I'll help him out.
All right. Just kidding. Hey, it's great to talk with you. I look forward to seeing and hearing more about your career, and I hope you will join us again soon, okay?
Thanks, Todd. Thanks so much.
All right. Bye-bye. We'll have Richard Rubino coming on when we come back. And in the meantime, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey V. This is The Right Mind Show. We'll be right back.
Coming up next on The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter, political trivia savant Rich Rubino on what it's like living next to the Salem Witch Trials. Welcome back to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter on News Talk STL. And now a man who picked up 23 years of bad luck when his wife brought home a black cat who doesn't know how to use the litter box. Todd Showalter.
And we're back. I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy, Joey B. Mitch, still working on his Christmas numbers, but most importantly, here he is, Joey. The man, the myth, the legend, the political savant, the trivia king, and most of all, rising comedy star, Rich Rubino. How are you, Rich? What's going on in your world?
I'm doing well. I live right next door to Salem, Massachusetts, actually. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of excitement there. It's Halloween town. There's hundreds of thousands of people just walking down the street, spending $40 for parking, waiting in huge lines to get into bars. It's just very funny to kind of watch it.
I bet it is. Now that's where like the Salem Witch Trials were, weren't they?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and they've made it into basically really over the last 35 years or so, they basically made it into a huge tourist destination.
No.
Consequently, oh my gosh, you have no idea. There's the witch house, people walking down the street everywhere in witch hats, and then on Halloween night, everyone's dressed up, and you can see people walking down the street dressed as some of the most, well, they're not really creative. A lot of them are more, are pretty basic, but a lot of people dressed as Frankenstein, dressed as monsters. There's really nothing like it. It's October in Salem is really pandemonium.
Oh, that's kind of like here, like the 4th of July in St. Louis. You hear firecrackers, but people mistake them for like gunfire, and so nobody knows if they're getting shot or shooting off a firecracker. Yeah, so it's kind of the same thing, only totally different. Right now, when we're doing this, they still have the big government shutdown. That may be all over on Saturday, but I doubt it. What is, because you're the political trivia guy, what is the long, I don't even know what day we're on, but what is the longest that something like this has gone?
The longest was actually in 2018, and that was with Trump in the Congress, and they went about 35 days, and eventually they stopped. But before that, you had Bill Clinton and Newt Gingrich back in the 1990s. You had them for about 28 days. You had 2 government shutdowns, and in both cases, from a political standpoint, the American people tended to side with Bill Clinton, and that actually helped him after 1994. The party had lost the House and the Senate, the first time the Democrats lost the House since in 40 years, literally. But then in 1995, 1996, he used the government shutdown to get back and won re-election overwhelmingly. So there certainly are perils for both sides. But if you look at the polls right now, it appears that the Democrat side that the Democrats seem to be benefiting from the shutdown so far, which I think means that potentially they could come to some sort of an agreement. I don't know if it'll be this weekend, but I think both sides kind of want this off the radar.
Yeah, and when they say benefiting, because I hear that, explain it to me, and I just want totally objectivity here. I mean, no partisanship, anything like that. I mean, because I don't understand a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff they're saying, I know people that are blaming the Trump administration, and I know people that are blaming the Democrats, and they've got all this blame going around and stuff. Who's, if any, who is to blame, and what, how are people benefiting? I don't understand how, because you got a lot of people that are all upset. I mean, you got food stamps and things that aren't going to be given out now, but I mean, how are people benefiting?
Yeah, at the end, I think from a political standpoint, if you look at the polls, the American people tend to be favoring the Democrats in terms of being afraid that if the Democrats go along with the Republicans and the premiums, and that they think the premiums are going to skyrocket because of the Obamacare subsidies disappearing. The Republicans, John Thune, is basically saying, let's reopen the government and then we can negotiate. But so far, I'm talking obviously from a political standpoint, from a personal standpoint. No one benefits. It's obviously, there's the parlor game, there's the horse race of it, and there's people looking, and it's always looking to new elections, looking to 2026, how they're going to position themselves. But from a personal standpoint, no one's benefiting. I think there's really going to be a lot of angst and really some animus in terms of what's going on with the SNAP benefits right now, which is a very popular government program relatively, but I think that the Democrats do have an advantage. They had an advantage in 2018 in that government shutdown. They did during the days of Bill Clinton. So I think that generally speaking, for the Republicans, from a purely cold, calculated political standpoint, the Republicans don't tend to benefit from government shutdowns.
Yeah. It just seems like, the American people are the one that are suffering as a result.
Always.
And it goes back, I always equate it to parents going through a divorce or something. I mean, where the kids in the middle, they're the ones that are always, having to take the brunt of it. And that's kind of like the American people right now. You got these two, factions that are just going at each other all the time. And, the American people, the kids, are the ones that suffer. Let's pivot here a little bit. We got all kinds of stuff. I mean, we're now, halfway through the first year of this term. I know we're not looking at, obviously we have 26 coming up. We've got different people that are starting to speak out. You got Pritzker, you got Newsom, you got different, saying some things. A lot of stuff is being said. Do you think a lot of stuff is coming out at this point just because people want to get their names out there, or because they're actually saying anything relevant? You look at Jasmine Crockett, you look at AOC, you look at even, and I'm bringing up Democrats. The Republicans, I don't know. Maybe they're doing that as well. But are people actually starting to campaign yet? Or you think they're just trying to get their name out there?
Oh, absolutely. Generally speaking, and it's interesting, we're in a perpetual campaign cycle right now. As soon as one day's election's over, people are immediately thinking about the next election, and that includes a lot of presidential candidates. That's why you're seeing so many candidates get out there and trying to get as many TV appearances using the position that they have right now, the way Governor Newsom certainly is doing, to position himself for a potential presidential run. You saw certainly George W. Bush did this back in Texas. You focus on local issues, but you get a lot of national attention for them. And then once you start to become the front runner, start to become second or third place, you try to speak out as much as you possibly can using the current incumbency that you have to try to get national attention. Andy Beshear, the governor of Kentucky, someone who is very obscure nationally, is starting to go on a lot of national programs. He's already visited South Carolina, visited New Hampshire. I think Gavin Newsom doesn't need to visit. I think that in case of Gavin Newsom, Governor Pritzker as well, they use what is kind of what at the presidential level is called the Rose Garden strategy, meaning it was begun by Gerald Ford, continued by Jimmy Carter, meaning you don't go out necessarily and campaign, but you try to get as much coverage at your current position you have, and that helps you get a lot of free media, and that's what you're seeing right now. But we're really in a scenario right now where campaigns never lapse. They never end. It's a permanent campaign. As soon as one person's elected, people immediately are thinking about how can I position myself for the next election. And what usually is the protocol for presidential candidates, future presidential candidates, and you heard Gavin Newsom say this recently, is you don't make any sort of an announcement until after the midterm elections, meaning that the party's supposed to be united for 2026. They're supposed to spend all their time focused on that. And then a few days later, people start to focus, the media focuses almost exclusively on the presidential race. And that's when candidates really start to talk and start to say, yes, I'm considering it. It's interesting, though. Gavin Newsom and Andy Beshear both said that they're seriously considering it. Usually at this time, candidates who hold office do not say they're seriously considering it. They say something to the effect that that's a remote possibility, or right now I just want to focus on the job that I love, which is real. But in reality, they're thinking about a presidential bid.
Sure, and you've got other stuff going along with that. On the Republican side, obviously, you don't have as much of it right now. But one thing that I find funny, and I mean, again, Joey and I were talking earlier about how Trump just likes to kind of poke the bear and see what kind of reaction he gets. But there's this whole thing, what if he runs for vice president? I mean, could he actually, constitutionally, I guess he could do that, couldn't he?
No, I don't think so. There is some legal question because technically you're allowed to. You can't be elected to 2 terms, but you can serve 2 terms,
right?
And that's what the 22 stake. By the way, it used to be this is the 22nd Amendment to the Constitution, which was passed after Roosevelt was elected 4 times. He died in his 4th term. It was passed by the Republicans in Congress because they were very they were angry that Roosevelt had served for such a long period of time. But there's also in the 12th Amendment what it says that nobody who qualifies for vice president. Nobody who can not qualify for president can also qualify for vice president, meaning that essentially. So it's really, I think that Donald Trump has basically admitted this. There really is no way to do this other than a constitutional amendment, but the chances of a constitutional amendment to actually get passed through the Congress through overwhelmingly 2/3, 3/4, then the states is virtually impossible. So I think that the chances of it happening are slim to none.
Well, as you were saying that, I did get your text that you just sent me. Can we get on with this stuff and move on to the comedy? Okay. All right. Sarah Perry, she's at the Funny Bone here in St. Louis this weekend. She was on, and we said that you are headlining. So her time is over. I'm just going to do the intro. Yeah. And now your headliner, ladies and gentlemen, the comedic stylings of Rich Rubino. What are some of your best jokes you got right now?
Well, I heard about a vessel that was transporting a bunch of intellectuals to a conference.
Okay. What? Yeah. What is it?
It was a scholarship. It was a scholarship.
Oh my God! See, this is why you're the headliner. You're the headliner. You got us going. Okay, we got the crowd. We got the crowd riled up. Give us another. Come on. You're the main guy.
Folks. I heard of a woman who enjoys watching her telephone charge.
Does she? Why is that?
Because she's facing charges.
Well, you are the funniest guy. You are the funniest guy in politics and comedy. As always, you're such a thrill and joy to have on. And I got to tell you, I mean, we have Anthony Rogers, we had Sarah on, we have Chrissy Mayer. This place is just packed full with comedians, and I put you right up there at the top with all of them. So I want to thank you, my friend.
That is excellent. I guess I'm like Johnny Carson, right?
Well, only better because he's dead and you're alive.
That's a very good point.
All right, my friend. Well, till next time, it can't come soon enough. You have a great day and have fun and go stone some witches, okay?
Yes, I'll go right over there. It's, literally 5 miles away. So.
All right. Well, you do it and report back, and we'll look forward to the next time. Thank you, buddy.
Will do. Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye-bye.
One of the earliest Halloween jokes I was ever told was by my uncle. He's no longer my uncle.
Why not?
He got divorced from the old wife.
How does that happen? So all of a sudden he's not your uncle anymore. That doesn't seem right. I know how this works, and I'm totally destroying your joke, which we're going to get back to. But why is it when people break up that you can't be part of their life anymore? That just happened recently with something on our side of the family. But go ahead and tell your funny joke now that you got me depressed.
Yeah, he was in the Marines, had a dirty sense of humor. You know those guys. They have all that free time to just joke around and rib each other.
Yeah.
And he said, you know why Frankenstein's monster can't have any kids? Because he's got a hollow weenie. And I never really understood the joke, but I knew it was dirty, and I would repeat it to everyone in elementary school, and they would laugh too. And
he's got a hollow weenie.
Yeah, I just assumed.
Hollow weenie.
I mean, but all wieners do have tubes in them, so they're all kind of hollow.
No, they don't.
But I think he's trying...
If I ever ate a wiener with a tube in it, I mean, I don't think... I'd spit it out.
I'd spit that wiener right out.
Is that why they're divorced?
I think that's
because of that
why.
joke?
That joke is actually what did them in. And
Wow.
the cheating. The habitual cheating may have been part of it as well.
Well, which was it? Was it the joke or the
The
cheating?
secret second family and the jokes.
Oh. Well, hey, you know what I always say, don't you?
I always forget.
If you don't have a right mind, you don't have a mind at all. Until next time, I'm Todd Showalter, along with my bestest buddy in the whole world, Joey V. Mitch back there with his Halloween. No, that's not a Halloween. That's a Christmas stocking he's got. Oh, yeah, the Christmas music is starting. This is The Right Mind Show. Until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to The Right Mind Show with Todd Showalter. To find out about all things Todd, go to toddsprod.com. We will see you next Saturday night at 5 p.m. right here on 101.9 94.1 News Talk STL, and always streaming online at newstalkstl.com. All right, I'll go grab Ethan and just pretend like we're recording.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, here he is. Okay. There he is. Oh, Joey,
I
guess
just
what?
slammed the door in his face.
Do you
I'm
remember
so sorry.
that? Do you remember that song? I think it was Loretta Lynn, Coal Miner's Daughter or something like that. Well, now we have Coal Miner's Son in here talking
My
about your...
father was in the coal industry. He was
Same
not
thing?
no, not the same thing. He called
a difference.
called on coal mines. He wasn't a coal miner.
Called them coal mines?
Oh my gosh.
Okay, well, more importantly, did your dad actually fill your stocking with coal during the Christmas holidays? Or was that like...
He just worked for the coal industry.
But he
That's
brought...
it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I stole stuff from the office. I
Listen,
put
there
coal
was
in.
never coal in my stocking, no.
Well, it could have been. It could have been free because he stole it from the office.
It was only cash.
Cash, right. Okay. Well, hey, I think your 3 minutes are up unless
Yeah.
you want to go for an extra 12 seconds.
Yes, I'll take whatever I can get here.
Take whatever you can get. Well, are you having a good... you've invited
It's
me.
always a pleasure in here. It goes by so quick. The 2 minutes I'm in here always flies.
That's what they say. Yeah, that's what she said.
Thank you for having me.
So I guess that's it, buddy. Okay.
Thank you. Good
Have
seeing
fun
you
in the
guys.
coal mine. Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Good to see you.